All right. Let's dive into this world of Freemasonry and those early degrees. They always kind of like spark my curiosity.
Yeah, it's almost like, they're designed that way, stepping onto the portico of something much grander, you know what I mean?
Yes, little hints.
Yeah.
Like you're getting these little glimpses, but not quite inside yet.
Exactly, exactly. And that's intentional. It's like an invitation to go deeper, to uncover those layers of meaning and wisdom kind of hidden beneath the surface.
Like finding that hidden door behind a bookshelf.
Yeah.
Okay? Just gotta know where to look.
Our source, Albert Pike, and his Morals and Dogma, he describes these early degrees as, and this is interesting, broken columns of a roofless druidic temple.
Okay.
There's a sense of mystery there, right? Like ancient origins, lost knowledge.
Definitely makes you wonder what secrets are hidden deeper within, yeah. Okay, so let's get to one of those then. The secret master. What does that even mean? Is it like secret meetings and, I don't know, special handshakes?
That's where things get really interesting. See, in Freemasonry mastery, it isn't about memorizing rituals or, passwords. It's about a lifelong journey of learning, of self-discovery.
So it's less about the secret itself, more about the pursuit of knowledge.
Yes, precisely. Our source emphasizes that being a Mason, it means becoming this like perpetual student, always seeking out, enlightenment and these books and antique symbols he talks about.
Mm.
They're not just like relics, they're vessels. They're filled with wisdom from like centuries ago, just waiting to be unlocked.
Like inheriting a library,
Right.
But why is this whole knowledge thing so important to Freemasonry? It's not just like trivia night, right?
Not at all. Pike states, and this is a good one, knowledge is the most genuine and real of human treasures, for it is light, as ignorance is darkness.
Wow, babe.
It's about understanding that knowledge, its power, the power to grow, to make a difference, to leave something behind.
That's powerful. So how's that emphasis on knowledge play out in the life of a Freemason then? What are they doing with this light?
Now, that is a great question, and it leads us to one of the most beautiful things Pike writes about. He compares, get this, passing on knowledge through books to ships, like passing through vast seas of time, carrying that wisdom across generations.
Oh, wow.
So each book, each symbol, it's like this vessel carrying all that knowledge from the past.
Yeah.
Powerful, isn't it? It means like by engaging with these teachings, we're not just, learning for ourselves, we become part of this chain, carrying that light forward.
Makes you think about the responsibility that comes with it then, doesn't it?
Absolutely.
Not just, bettering yourself, but using it to make a difference.
Yes. And that responsibility, using knowledge for good, that's core to Freemasonry, especially for the secret master.
It's like this tangible thing almost, this light passed down.
Powerful, isn't it? And it gets to the heart of what Freemasonry really is. But it also makes you wonder, how do you protect that? How's that knowledge preserved?
Right. Can't talk about the secret master without the, the secrecy.
Absolutely.
Big thing, loaded word, right? Misunderstood.
Totally. That's why we gotta understand it in context. Freemasonry, it's not about, some shadowy hiding things from the world kind of thing.
It's not about like keeping secrets from everyone else then.
Not exactly. See, our source, he's very clear. Secrecy, it's got a purpose. It's about protecting the brotherhood, those oaths they take, that support.
A safe space, right, for growth, for trust.
Exactly. You got it. Like you're preserving those teachings, those bonds, but, and this is important, it's not blind obedience,
Right, because Pike talks about obedience too, but it's different, isn't it?
Big time. He's clear. Obedience in Freemasonry, it's about those just laws, the ones that help everyone, not, some tyrant or whatever.
It's more like aligning yourself with a moral code, those principles guiding you.
There you go. And that, my friend, that's where fidelity comes in.
Okay, because fidelity here, it's bigger than just a brotherhood, right?
Way bigger. It's your family, friends, country, and indie masonry. It's like weaving these loyalties together, making them stronger, bettering society.
You're not just on your own. What you do, it ripples out.
And that brings us to a vital point about the secret master. They're not just watching the world go by. They're in it, active, using what they know, that moral compass, to actually make things better.
So how do you do that then? How do you take all that and actually put it into practice?
It starts, with yourself. Pike writes, and get this, conscience is tied to laws. Right or sure, conscience is right reason reduced to practice. Basically, you got to look inward, make sure you're living by those principles. Justice, fairness, All that good stuff.
That constant bettering yourself, right?
Exactly. And it's not easy. There will be times, tough choices. That line between right and wrong, it gets blurry.
So then how do you, I don't know, how do you see clearly? How do you know what the right choice, even IS, in those moments?
That's the test, man. That's a secret master right there. Can you think for yourself, really listen to your conscience, and then act on it, even when it's hard? That's the thing.
Having the guts to do what's right, even if it's like unpopular, even if it's, I don't know, scary almost.
That's it. And this goes back to that whole knowledge as light thing,
Yeah.
because when you understand the world where you sit in, that's how you get the wisdom to make those calls.
So it's not like having knowledge, it's like, I don't know, using it right. It's the light on the path showing you the way.
Yes. It's not a trophy. You got to put it to work. And that's a journey without end. Always improving, always trying to live right.
It's like, wow, the secret master thing, it's about helping others too, not just, the Masons themselves, but like everybody.
Yeah, it's like Freemasonry gets that feeling of like belonging to something bigger, doing something that matters.
Right? Like it's not enough to just, I don't know, read all the books, be a good person. It's got to go further.
Exactly. It's right there in the source. A Freemason, there's someone whose passions are controlled by reason and whose actions are governed by conscience.
So you're taking all that work on yourself and putting it out there, trying to actually, change things for the better.
That's the core of the secret master, that outward focus, making a difference.
It's not just about like finding enlightenment for yourself. It's about being a force for good.
Exactly. And Pike, he nails it with this one line. He says, a true Mason's someone, always ready to relieve the distressed, to share his wealth with the needy, and to extend the hand of charity to the unfortunate. Powerful stuff,
Wow.
right?
So it's like we have all this knowledge, these advantages. We got to use them to help others, to make society better.
And that can look like a lot of things, charity, mentoring, speaking up for what's right, even just like trying to be a good example in your own life, that matters too.
Finding those ways to like actually live those Masonic values, whatever works for you, right?
Exactly. And that's what's so cool about it. Freemasonry gives you this framework, this way to make a difference, no matter who you are, what you believe.
It's that common ground, right? Shared values, wanting a better world.
And that's huge, especially now, finding that unity, that purpose, even when we disagree on things.
Yeah, like a good reminder that, hey, we're all in this together, everyone's got something to give.
Exactly. And as we wrap up this deep dive, thinking about the secret master, I think that's what we got to hold on to.
For sure, because it's not like there's an end point, right?
Yeah.
You don't just become a secret master and that's it.
Nope. The learning, the self-improvement, finding ways to live by those ideals, it never really stops.
It's like embracing that challenge, knowing that knowledge, virtue, service, it's a lifelong journey, right?
You got it.
So on that note, here's something to think about. Pike says, knowledge is the most genuine and real of human treasures. So how are you going to use yours to light the way? Not just for yourself, but for others too. This deep dive's over, but that journey you're on, that's just getting started.